What?
Imagine Dyson doing
No, Dyson would just eat the fridge. And he would get to the ice that way. That would be puzzle. Puzzle would be the one to figure out how to use Dyson.
Thank you.
Oh, she's taller.
Yep, what's your last name?
Say it louder so she
Parker.
Parker, okay, and your date of birth, Rebecca.
March 12th, 2006.
Thank you. All right, now have you step up first and get your weight.
Okay. We're breaking 100.
What?
So you're not breaking 100.
All right, and then what I'm gonna do is have you step up and then just turn around and face forward. Okay? All right, perfect. You can step right out.
What is it?
It's gonna be 58 and almost 3/4.
Oh, so you're not quite 50. I still have
You
an inch and a
know,
half
tippy
on you.
toes.
Yeah, I know. I really thought you were taller than that.
I thought so too. I thought so too. Maybe I'm just about things.
Maybe it's just the shoe. It's just the shoe. I mean, it's not gonna take much to get you there.
I know. Just a couple more weeks and I'll be taller than you.
A couple more weeks? No, maybe next year.
I'd say 4 weeks. All right. I'm gonna have you sit on the bed because I'm gonna get your blood pressure.
Oh, they're squeezy.
I don't like
Don't have this stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna read the book.
I'll give it to you when you start to read it.
I want to read the book.
Up here.
Goes on your finger.
Checks your oxygen level.
Well, I'm reading this fine. I guess that's a start.
That's a good heart rate. Yeah.
All right, we'll put this thing around. Okay.
How did you come up with a name for my window?
Okay, right back.
There's no name.
Sorry, we were like running in between rooms.
What'd you say, babe? I haven't figured out a name for my wind dragon yet.
Oh, yeah, then.
Are you gonna modify that one like you did the other ones?
Yeah. It's gonna look insane.
What are you gonna do to it?
I'm thinking putting like the wind signal, like the wind sign, like this, right there instead of the compass. And then you put on like these kind of gems, and I have multiples on there. And also maybe put some others on like here.
I still think my favorite's the camo one you made.
Yeah, the green one.
But yeah.
That I spent 3 hours. Oh good, my arm is tingling now.
What happened?
My arm is tingling now. Hate it when that happens.
I need to know the 80.
Wait, a mark right there.
There is a mark.
Is that pretty normal?
It is, yeah. Usually they run higher being kids. Everything runs a little
Faster.
faster.
Oh, no, you're losing one of your gems. Losing one of your gems.
Oh. Yeah, we can sew it back on, right, Mom?
Yep.
You did the nail through there.
It's just like a bike.
It looks so ridiculous.
It's like,
It's flopping.
Just looks like you're wearing a necklace and it's a little lopsided. That's all.
It's a skin around my neck.
Are you going into school today?
What?
Are you gonna go into school today?
I want to.
I just don't see the point. We probably won't be out of here until 10:30 and they're getting out at 11.
Still, this is not gonna be a very long appointment.
Oh, all day. Did you bring lunch?
I don't need lunch. I've got plenty of calories to burn.
I'm actually probably the sturdiest one so far. Then.
Well, they learned the mistakes from the other ones.
What, a month
Mm-hmm.
since I got this one?
Oh, yeah.
And it's still, nothing has fallen off
Is it
except
your
for the
temperature?
centerpiece, but I've taken it off.
Okay, wanna go across your forehead, behind your ear, okay? It's alright to touch your hair?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Can you take your glasses off? Oh, sure, sorry, that's me. Okay. Point two, you feeling alright?
I'm a bit nervous because I
Are
don't
you?
like getting shots.
I don't know. Take it again in a little bit, okay? It's a little high.
Besides, I was just drinking some really hot teas.
Oh, that might do it.
Yeah, that was about a half an hour.
It was like 10 minutes.
No, you were sitting in the lobby for 10 minutes back there.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they were in that lobby for a while.
No, it's not a long time, trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Go sit in an emergency room.
Alright,
Haven't
she's
I
at
been
that
in
age
the
where we have to ask the
emergency room
standard questions, screening
when I got my
questions.
sinus infection?
Alright, I know, I'm sure the answers will be no, but this is gonna be directed towards her, but if you want to interject, you can. So Rebecca,
Pay attention.
in the last 3 months, have you had any alcoholic drinks?
No.
Done drugs? Smoking?
Nope.
Nope. Girl.
I don't like smoking whatsoever because even if like you smoke the least, it still affects you.
That's right.
I learned about that in health class.
Do you sometimes feel sad and depressed and down? Don't feel like getting up or doing anything?
On school days.
On school days.
That doesn't count. I should have said besides school days and homework time.
Yeah, mornings I don't want to wake up. I don't want to get up. I just want to sleep in.
I hear you. Alright.
Okay, that was first.
It's so sad at 12 we gotta ask these
I
things,
know.
you know?
I know.
Alright.
Do I have your little
Any concerns at all about her?
It's on my phone. Yeah, it's on you like.
Any concerns that you wanna address with the doctor for developmental or anything on that order?
No, I mean it seems like she's in a good range, height and
Mhm.
weight wise.
Mhm.
She's fairly active, so
Mhm.
you know, her dad's concerned about polycystic ovarian
I'll chime in
syndrome.
after.
Okay,
Or,
she will talk about that. They usually don't
There's
do.
several things actually I want to chime in on.
Okay, alright. They don't do, they could send her for an ultrasound, they wouldn't do a pap or anything like that.
No,
That's-
I don't feel that she needs one right now.
Right.
She's only had her period for a year and a half.
Okay.
And when she's supposed to get it,
Mhm.
she'll skip months, but she still gets the symptoms of PMS, so I don't think that she's ovulating every month.
Right.
But I'm not concerned about it at her
Yeah.
age.
Be
So-
personal, my daughter, she's 10,
Yeah.
almost turning 11 actually in a couple of days.
Mm,
June, right before school ended, she got her period for a whole week straight.
yeah,
And then
that was her
stopped.
when it started.
But
yeah.
she still gets the symptoms and everything, like the
Mhm.
mood swings and the bloating and
Mhm.
the irritability. So I don't think it's uncommon, but definitely address your concerns, especially if you have family members who have had that or anything like that.
And he'll point the finger at me because that's what he's good at.
So, is it my turn? Yeah, I am genuinely concerned about PCOS. Mom has a family history of it, so does grandmother. Mom also has a history of pituitary adenoma. My family history is completely unknown.
Okay.
She has been getting her period since before she left Charlestown Elementary, which was 5th
No.
grade.
No,
Yes,
no.
she had
I
her
left in
first
fourth.
period. You left in 4th?
Yeah.
She was an early bloomer. She
You
had her
used to
first
live in
period with
Union
us when we were on our way
District, I
back from New York. So she is well over 2.5 years and change now.
Okay.
Her last period did not come with on time. It was a 90-day window in change. It was close to 3 months. She did have just a 7-day period. She has had periods that have lasted as long as 15 to 20 days.
That was early on.
That was about 9 months ago. Prior to the 90-day gap for her last period. She left marble-sized chunks of blood in the tub that we had to clean out. When her period hits her hard, it's a 7-day one, she's fine. But if it hits her hard, her complexion becomes ashen gray, her energy levels drop through the floor, and she ends up sleeping a lot more than normal.
Okay.
It's completely out of the ordinary. The only thing that's been consistent about her period is that it is inconsistent.
Okay.
Just make.
I'm shadowing her,
Hi.
so yeah. We're just going over
Okay.
concerns and stuff like that.
Alright. Do you need the ear thing?
Yes, because Sonia was using it.
Oh, okay, I'll go grab it.
I'm starting to get concerned about some of possible sensitivities for Rebecca, maybe possibly gluten, dairy, corn, soy. Given the fact that I don't know, I don't think it does, but you've gotten some weird rashes. We don't know where they come from, so.
I think these are like social.
Those are bug bites.
These are bugs.
So given that my family history is not known, I'm actually looking to see if you guys can do an MTHFR screening. That would help shine, I think, a lot of light on the subject. I'm planning on going through one myself. I'm trying to figure out my history.
Okay.
I only managed to find my birth to 3 records, and that just stated that I had whooping cough and several other small things when I was a
Normal
kid.
childhood, yeah.
Very hard to track it down since everything wasn't computerized when I was a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Overall, I'm genuinely concerned about her getting the HPV, so I'm gonna ask for an exemption this year until we can possibly get some of that stuff back.
Okay.
Just one, and once then, the MTHFR I think is the important one, because that's the one that shows whether or not a lot of people have those subtle allergies, especially to vaccines and all kinds of other things. I'm not an anti-vaccine freak, okay? She's had the flu shot, we've gone through all the other
That's to
things.
date on all the inoculations.
You know, I'm not one of those, whatever you wanna call them.
That's all right.
But
I'm not a big shot person either.
given what some of the side effects can be for about 8% of the population,
Okay.
I don't want to risk it until we've got a better, clearer picture.
Okay.
I think the MTHFR is enough. I am requesting a referral to Yale. I
No.
did get one earlier.
No.
I did get one earlier. However, because we have a contentious issue, it is outside of the 90 days, so I'll need another one reissued. I'm also requesting a referral to Apricot Wellness, Health and Wellness, for Dr. John Ritz. I'm looking for a second opinion.
Okay.
Do you have security? Can you have him step out? This is ridiculous. This is stuff he is not communicated with me.
Yes, I have.
We
I've
have
communicated
court
to you
orders
and
about
Dave.
this.
No, we
I want
don't.
him out.
No, we
I
don't.
want him out.
Out.
Hi, what's going on?
There's a conflict of what he would like to have done with his daughter, and there's a she's not
Okay.
comfortable with that, so.
I
Okay.
want him out.
Okay, let me go.
Why am I being pushed up?
Oh, I didn't say you're
No,
being
no,
pushed out.
No,
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
No.
Thank you.
We're just not sure who she's going to get, so.
And I'd also like I'll call it in. I need a referral to Health 180 because with what happens with her period, and she's actually fainted.
Okay.
At the sink, she actually passed right out while they were working on their hair, and it took her about 30 seconds to come back around.
Didn't have her period then.
No, but that's something that is an issue because
She hadn't eaten in 24 hours.
No, it had been 12 hours because I wasn't notified that you didn't give her dinner and she skipped breakfast that day, but that's besides the point because when you look at all these
that's
things.
besides the point. And the blood work came back normal, but there's all these problems with my tongue.
I have been voicing
No.
this stuff for years, and this is
No.
why I'm concerned about the PCP being changed, because I did voice this last time we were here with
Okay.
Dr. Ramirez. I talked to Dr. Owen? That one's not here anymore.
No,
I
you're
did
okay.
talk to the administrator yesterday.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and now we have a whole new PCP who's
Yeah.
coming in, so now we've got to start all over again.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff is kept within the records, so
Right.
they're up to date, and they do
Yeah.
summarize and review
That's what we
before.
were supposed to review with Ramirez
Right.
about the PCOS because Rebecca does have the unibrow. She's got a little mustache. She's got inch-long hair on her arms. She does have some of the signs of hirsutism and all that other stuff. And I'm concerned about it. I don't want them doing the intrusive thing, but after talking with Yale and the chronology department, there's tons of other things that they can do that can identify whether she's in the early stages of it. And if we catch it now, it doesn't become a problem later.
Right.
Okay.
All right, that's something you'll definitely have to talk to, Jessica about.
Excuse me,
Yes.
where's the bathroom? The bathroom?
It is.
you go straight down here, take a left, it's right on the right hand side.
Is she? How is her sleeping?
Good. She's fine.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
You all set, Mary? You wanna?
Yeah, she's in the
Just
restaurant right now.
in the bathroom?
Okay.
Alright, you know what, I can do her eye exam while she's out here.
Okay.
And I can do her hearing.
Okay,
while
you
she's
wanna
out
do
here
that?
with me.
Okay, that sounds good.
Alright?
Do you want me to
Okay.
step out, or am I
Yeah.
good?
Thank
Because I'm
you.
gonna ask
No.
a couple of things.
No, I'll be okay.
How about, let's see, going to the bathroom,
Oh,
stools.
she's, yeah,
Alright.
that's all normal. There were no signs of diabetes. There are no signs, the last time she had blood work, there were no signs of anemia. I can understand the grayish color of her skin when she gets her period. She probably does lose some iron when she gets her period. She has vitamins with iron that she takes. She's like, she does well at home with that, you know. As her mom, I am nowhere near as concerned as her father is with this for a 12-and-a-half-year-old child.
Well, that's because for the most part you've been non-participatory and at best an objectionist. At worst, you've been an obstructionist. You know, we had
They want
the
nothing
teacher
but to find
evaluation.
thing wrongs with my
we
child.
we had the school eval. I took
Him
over
and
the
his
school in the 504. I got the IEP done.
Oh,
They
you got it,
requested
yeah.
They requested that she get an occupational therapy evaluation. We went to Therapediatrics. You refused to participate in that one. We got a second opinion when Sensation Station. You did participate
Why
in
don't
that
you
one.
explain the neurofeedback that she had at growing potential?
She didn't have neurofeedback at growing
Really?
potential.
Because that's
Yes.
what's
No,
on her
no,
report from her eye
no,
doctor.
That is not what is on her report.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
She had neurofeedback in Branford, Connecticut. Mom wanted.
I'm gonna stop you both right here.
Okay.
So we're here for her, yes. I think for argument's sake, both of you being in the room together at the same time
That's
is
not
not
a
gonna
thing.
happen. I don't know who has custody, who
I
doesn't
do.
have custody.
I have primary
excuse
custody.
me. No, you don't.
She
we
lives
have
here.
joint custody, and she has primary placement, which means she's the address for Rebecca's school, and
Okay.
she's the one who receives child support.
So I mean,
I
if
have
you both
tried-
equally wanna talk to Jessica Douglas, as if you're working with, I'm assuming, because she was trying to come in, I think separately would be better. If it's not gonna do any good,
No.
you both yelling at each other, you
No.
I'm not
arguing in
yelling.
front of
Have I
child.
raised my voice?
No, he doesn't have any.
No,
No.
I'm just trying
But
to
just-
express, you know, I called
just-
yesterday, I was almost excluded from this
Okay.
appointment. I was notified 2 days out. I called and asked her to reschedule to one of your Saturday appointments. I'm currently missing an evaluation with Brett Linecooler because of this. So, you know, I'm concerned enough, and even he, after I talked to him and his receptionist, they're granting me additional leeway to come here and address these issues that my daughter's been dealing with since forever now. Last year I did talk to Dr. Ramirez about the PCOS and some of the other things that have been going on, and now we're looking at a new primary care, so I've got to start all over again. You know, I just want these things done. I mean, there's no reason that we can't go through a simple process and rule out PCOS. And MTHFR genetic screening. Those are becoming more and more common, and those would point out a ton of stuff that could or could not, and it's very simple. You know, I'm not asking for anything out of the ordinary. I'm not asking you guys to jump through hoops, and I'm certainly not some anti-vaccine freak, but I just want a few things taken care of before we hit her with the HPV thing. BV.
HPV, yeah.
Yeah, I'm fully aware of it. I do all my homework. When it comes to Rebecca's medical, there's nobody more engaged than me. I talk to specialists, I ask people questions, and you know, I'm trying to just do what's right by her. Again, my family history is completely unknown. Hers is littered with all kinds of stuff. So we're kind of flying in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, at 12 years old, I mean, as long, like health reasons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I saw her out in the hallway, a little petite thing.
Oh yeah.
It's okay to screen
Mhm.
for things. I think at 12, there's certain screenings that we'll do, like diabetes and stuff like that. If like it's a type 1 diabetes, that's something that is like a blood test and getting antibodies and stuff like that if someone has diabetes in the family. If it's more type 2, that's something that she's going to start getting screened at when she's a little bit older, which Jess can
See, I don't
explain.
even know what's on my side. You know, my family
Right.
has my mother, the very little I know about her is a litany of things.
Mhm.
And then my biological father, I never knew. So I really have no idea what's going on.
So, I mean, I think each of you have your own concerns or not concerns of what's going on with her, but as Jess is the medical professional, answering these questions, this is her screening for her physical. I'd rather have both parents who equally care about their daughter in their room, just not no yelling or raising voice or being argumentative or putting the
Yeah,
other
they're
one down. I feel like I'm being a counselor right now. Let's get to the root of what we can get done for her today and see what the outcomes are. All right? I know you want him out of the room, but he also has concerns that he would like to express.
He can talk to her later. He can talk to her after the visit. He can talk to her after we leave. I don't wanna hear this crap. This is all crap.
It's not.
She
You know?
is
You just
fine.
don't want to pull your head out
Her
of the
body
sand.
is adjusting to the hormones.
Mhm.
This is not
But this
anything.
is also something that Jess could actually reinforce with him. So
No, all he wants to do is find problems with my kid.
I'm not finding problems.
That's all he wants
I
to
dealt
do.
with the OT. We got it done.
He wants to take her
I'm
to
dealing with
Yale.
the
He wants to
504.
take her and
Yeah,
have all
because
these
there's
tests
some of
done.
the best. There's
He
some of
never
the best
talked to me about
specialists in the area.
Never talked to
Yeah,
me about
who
this.
argues
He
with
walks in
Yale?
here
I have talked with
spewing all this information that he's never sent to me.
Would you like me to log in, grant you access to our family wizard so that you can review the conversation?
no, thank you.
Because that's what's now on. Okay.
No, thank you.
All right.
I'm gonna see what Jess feels comfortable with. Okay.
If we're gonna separate, can I go first because I do have that appointment?
Let me talk to Jess.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, poison the well, little man.
This is about your daughter. So
Alright.
let's see what Jess has to say. If it's going to be the wall right now, it's probably best if we fluctuate.
All right. I'm not.
One not being in the room or the other.
Mhm.
Okay? Just for the sake of her.
Yes, I agree.
All right.
Mhm.
I don't know her history or anything like that or what's going in the chart. 12 years old. Yes, I went through the whole change. It wasn't fun. So let me see what she has to say. All right. So one might have to leave the room for however long, and then the other one can come back in. Okay. And we do have some like chairs. Wait, where am I? Over here.
Yes.
That we can sit at.
Yes.
Okay. So let me talk to Jess, but let's keep calm. Okay.
Fine.
And see what we can do. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So besides what's going on with that, we also have a program through the West Warwick School. Is she at Daring or going
Yes.
to Daring?
Yeah.
Okay. We have our MA and one of our physicians who
Yes.
goes in between.
Mhm.
There is a booklet on it and there's also a registration form. So if she, for some reason, isn't feeling good in the classroom, she thinks she has a fever, she can actually go down to the nurse's station and be treated by not the school nurse, but by one of the MEs like us that are here
Mhm.
and the physician that's there. So if
Right.
it's something that you both would feel would be good for her and for you, so you don't have to take time out of work and,
Mhm.
all right, does she have a fever, does she not have a fever? You know, we'll, instead of bringing her in here, they could see her and rule it out, or
Right.
call you and say, yeah, she's really sick, we need to come get
It's
her.
like a satellite office for you guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really good, I wish they had.
What's
I
the
had it.
what's the cost?
There isn't, it goes right through your health coverage,
Oh,
so there's no cost, nothing at all, so I'll leave that with you guys, you can discuss that, it is, I wish they would do that in the other schools.
I know.
There's a lot of things that Rhode Island needs to do better with its schools.
Yes, absolutely.
They need $1.8 billion just to become standard. It's ridiculous.
Oh, so, but raise our taxes and give us something for it.
Yeah.
You know, so. All right, I'm gonna go see how she's doing. She's having an eye exam and a hearing exam right now, and I think she might be back. She is back.
Yep, she's back. I just did her hearing and her eyesight. Did we get her vitals?
Yes.
Okay.
Her feet, if you wanna just redo it, cause this was the first time I've done this.
Okay.
All right, I just, she was a little high, but she did have a T, so. My kind of girl drinking tea.
98.9.
All right.
Thank you.
She likes that.
I love typing.
I love chai.
All right. So everything's good.
It should be
All right. I'll
good.
put her hearing and her stuff in. Jess is here now. You got the school-based information, right? Okay. All right. We're good. Thank you. I'll put in her hearing and her
Just make sure I can come back with the shots. I'll step out, let him have his words.
Okay,
and-
I'm going to
We're coming out.
lead as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, are we good?
So I just want you both to realize though, real quick, Mom. Just real quick. There is a period of time that I have to be able to talk to her without any parent
That's
in the room.
fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
You can always
If you want, you can sit right down here. If you, or you want to stand up here, it's up to you.
Sure. Okay, so what's going on?
She was previously seeing Dr. Ramirez in Owen,
Yep.
and I had originally voiced some concerns when she first came to you guys. But now she's switching to you, and I have no objection. I looked you up, I see your credentials, and it's okay, fine. And I completely understand a woman doctor being in charge
Yep.
of a woman child.
She's also, just so you know, she's also, she's technically a patient of Dr. Storms, who's not here today, but she's the pediatrician.
So there's okay. So I thought I talked to administration. They said Ramirez, and then so you're not Storm Zavino?
I'm not
Oh,
Dr.
who are you?
Storms, no, I'm Jessica Douglas.
Oh, okay. Just
Yes.
okay.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys have a hierarchy here. I haven't quite figured out yet. And there was a shift because I guess Owen is no longer here.
Right,
Yeah.
because she was
So
a resident.
I understand the whole shift.
Okay.
But now I'm going to start all over again. You know, I have concerns about Rebecca showing signs of PCOS. Her last period came with 7 days, but prior to that, she went almost 90 days without. That period she had was, I think, 12 to 14 days, and she ended up leaving small marble-sized chunks of blood in the tub that we couldn't wash away. It was a mess. Her energy levels drop, she gets tired, she sleeps more, and she gets the ashen gray complexion that kicks in. You know, she struggled with the hair for a while. She's with the unibrow. She was getting picked on by the boys. I've been helping her with that and teaching her some of the hygiene things. She's got almost inch-long hair on her arms, and there's a family history with mom. Mom has it. Mom also has pituitary adenoma. You know, they've got, I think, a history of diabetes or some PTSD, and there's all other things. The other problem is that my family history is completely unknown. You know, I started to try to reconstruct things, but there is not much records from when I was a kid. I managed to get a hold of my birth of 3 and found out that I had whooping cough and a couple other sicknesses. You know, it was a low-income household. My parents were on welfare, and we ate Spam and dehydrated milk. So what I'm asking for, and I had notified the administrator that I talked to yesterday, was that I was asking for a temporary exclusion from the HBV until a few things are ironed out. I did ask for an evaluation to Yale endocrinology because I talked to them, and I know there's tons of other ways to actually identify PCOS in the early stages without having to dig in. But I wasn't able to follow through on that eval because we have fairly contentious issues. And when things are open, it's very difficult to follow through on medical appointments without there being things filed back and forth.
Okay.
I'm asking for another one so that I can pursue that. I also would like my daughter to talk to John Ritz at Apricot Health and Wellness. He's an MD naturopath. He knows a lot about diets. And I'm asking for an MTHFR genetic screening. You know, it's becoming more and more common, and they're finding that it's tied to a lot of things that people are suffering from, especially allergies. Rebecca doesn't have like anaphylaxis, anything, but she does seem to have reactions to some foods. She also does struggle with her diet, but she has expanded dramatically over the past year.
I've literally gone from having plain burgers to burgers with A1.
No, for a while it was chicken, cheese, and pasta. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
So she's expanded significantly over the past couple of years. I just have a few concerns, and
Okay.
I just want them ruled out
So-
before we
So
hear.
here's where I can stand on this. I have no problem referring to endocrine.
Okay, thank you.
I think she's young for us to be super worried about PCOS. I know there's family
Yep.
history, but
I'm not super worried. I
Right.
just want to get it
Yeah.
answered.
because it is very common because 12-year-olds who have their periods are not ovulating.
Mhm.
This is why in the younger subset of girls who get their periods early and even, you know, into the mid-teens.
She was a super early
Right.
bloomer. She started in 5th grade.
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
first one was with us on the way back from
Yeah.
a family
So,
trip.
I mean, we're seeing the majority, 9, 10.
Yeah.
So it's really, that's fairly common at this point. However, what's more common is that they are massively irregular because they're not actually ovulating.
What is it for 3 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes it doesn't regulate until they're 15, 17. Sometimes people have irregular periods until they're 20.
All right.
Um,
Gail did
I-
say that it's a concern when she hits the 90-day mark or if she's bleeding for 20 days. And she has had a 20-day bleed.
Sure. I think, you know, I think you can make the argument either way,
Yeah.
honestly, with that stuff. So I don't see any reason why, if you're adamant about the referral, that we can't place the referral for you.
I am.
Um,
I'm one of those black and white thinkers, and
mhm.
you can even ask Rebecca. I figure everything out. I talk to people.
Okay.
I do
I-
the whole process.
I will not do the genetic screening because I just don't feel comfortable doing that. You can talk to endocrinology and see
Yep.
if they want to do it. Yep,
Okay. Can you put it on the referral that father
Um,
has requested?
I can. It
Okay.
doesn't mean they're going to do it,
I know.
but they at least will know
Yeah.
that you want to discuss that. The HPV vaccine exemption.
I can't.
I'm not an anti-vax.
Yep.
I just
I
temporarily.
can't give you anything written that says she can't have it.
Yep.
Because it is required by the state
I
for
know.
school.
Yeah.
You would have to go through those channels and file a religious exemption if they're gonna cause a
Well,
problem.
there's a medical, there's a temporary, and then there's the religious one.
I've never filled out a medical exemption for an HPV vaccine because I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that this would have any bearing on this current situation.
Even though 8% of the population with reproductive issues ends up 60% of that 8% ends up sterile.
Right.
And
So,
it's now
but
banned. It's banned in 4 countries.
the HPV vaccine?
Yes.
Okay,
And the
well, no.
pediatrics, the American
No, we
Pediatric Society is actually opening an investigation into it.
Okay, that's
That's-
fine, but as for now, we follow the CDC guidelines which recommend HPV vaccination starting at age 9.
Can I take her out of the room while he talks to you?
Okay.
I don't think she should be involved in all of these problems that he's bringing up. I don't think it's good for her emotionally.
Okay. We at some point are gonna have to actually get to the physical piece
Mhm.
because I can't do this for 2 hours and it's not fair to Rebecca.
And I
So,
need to go, so.
how do you? Okay. So, do we have joint decision-making power
Yes.
here?
Right
Okay.
now, yes.
So then, Rebecca, I am gonna ask you to step out for a second, okay? And I'm gonna talk to both of you for 1 second. You remember Alicia, right? She's gonna just sit with you for a minute, just so she's not hanging in the hallway. Well, we need to iron out the vaccine situation if you both have decision-making capacity as to how this is gonna go. She is due for a meningococcal vaccine and she's due for an HPV vaccine.
HPV is the only one that I would like delayed, and it's temporarily. I'm not asking for a year or 2
Okay.
years, just a few months.
I can not give it to her today, but I'm
would
not
be great.
providing a medical exemption letter or anything stating that she can't have it.
Okay, but
So
I
if school
received a letter
creates-
from the school that
Right,
was
so if
mandated.
school is creating an issue, that's where we're gonna run into
I
a
can
problem.
contact and deal with the school.
You can,
I've done most of my work with the school.
okay,
So-
that's fine. That's fine. I do think you're gonna come up against some pushback, and I just wanted to be clear that I'm not
Mhm.
providing a letter of medical exemption because
Yep.
I don't see a reason that needs to be done.
Right.
Okay,
Just
so,
temporary, like I said, get the
so
screening
we
done.
will sign, somebody will sign for her to have the meningitis
Oh, yeah,
vaccine
yeah,
today?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then we'll give
We've
that to her
never-
today.
I've never fallen behind on our vaccine.
No,
so-
I just wasn't sure if you guys are on the same page as far as the vaccine, the HPV went, and wanted
That's
to
the
be
only
sure
one that I have a
we-
little bit of concern about.
Okay.
And it's little, like I said, I'm just trying to eliminate any
Okay.
I think
issues
she
on
had a
the
flu
horizon.
shot back in April or
Yeah,
May.
we are just getting, the new ones, which I still would recommend that you get as soon as they're available,
Okay.
like September,
Okay.
October, because they're gonna be different
Mhm.
than, you know.
Then the ones now.
Mhm.
Okay.
And quite honestly, I think getting them like in October is probably, hopefully will create a little bit of a longer immunity
Right.
because we saw a resurgence of the flu in May
It was
again.
massive
so-
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
we had kids in our office that got it 3
Yeah.
times in the same year.
Okay, so that's where we're at. So I will put in the referral that you're requesting. I can I'll make the referral to the Apricot Health, is that what it is?
Yeah, John Ritz,
Okay.
Jonritz. He's an MD naturopath.
Okay, and that's in Connecticut?
Yes.
Okay, so that should be, are you good with that stuff?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I will take care of that. Do you have concerns?
Plenty.
Okay. So is now a good time for you to exit your feeling? Do you have an appointment to go to?
Yeah, I
or-
do.
Okay.
It would be good. I just would like this whole thing documented in writing.
Okay.
And I'll be back to pick it up. Is tomorrow too soon?
Like, what documented in writing exactly?
The contentiousness, the fact that I've objected to the HPV temporarily and that you
Mhm.
guys are gonna pass on it and that we're gonna look at some other options before we go back to it, that's all.
Okay.
Just what took place, that's it. And anything that takes place after I leave. And you guys doing blood work on her?
We'll see. It depends on what screening I think is
Okay.
appropriate based on vitals and things like that.
Are we actually gonna do it by the levels, estrogen levels?
No.
Can I request that?
I'm
You're
not
gonna-
going to do that.
You're not going to?
Her endocrinologist can do that.
Oh,
You're
okay.
going there to see endocrine, but I'm
Okay.
not.
No, that's fine.
And as 12-year-old, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Neither did I.
If we find, if based on looking at vitals and BMI percentiles and things like that, that she's at a higher risk for certain things, we do screen for insulin levels, liver functions, cholesterol levels.
I think there's a history on her
Sure.
side of diabetes,
Yep.
but I think Becca is very
Right.
active. She has dance regularly.
Yep.
She does a
The
lot of
other
things.
thing-
She couldn't possibly explain why she misses her periods.
So I think I'm looking right now at, I just need to look at her growth chart and I can tell you based on her BMI percentile if we need to do any of those labs.
She's like
right
92
now.
I
pounds,
think she's okay.
58.5 inches or something.
She's always been okay.
Yeah, she's in the 42nd percentile for her weight and age, but her BMI percentile is pretty low, so I'm gonna wanna recheck her weight real quick, but, so we definitely don't need to be doing screening for that. But that might be another inappropriate reason, for her to see endocrine too. So I'm gonna, here's the thing, growth charts are kind of
Hit or miss.
fluid, right?
According to the BMI, I have to lose 70 pounds. I
Well,
really
right,
only
and of
gotta lose
course,
30.
BMI doesn't have anything to do with muscle mass, but it
Yeah.
is our best screening tool for identifying people at risk, especially children at this point.
Mhm.
So, we do track it. You know, normally, a little up and down is fine.
Mhm.
So, this is crazy. I don't know if that's just, you know, sometimes there's error, human error. Somebody recorded a weight wrong and or our computer moved a decimal point or something, and
Yeah.
so we get a wacky thing, which is why I'll reweigh her and check
She's
it.
been in a couple of times since last June.
Right, and so this is,
So,
so her weight was steady up there, and now all of a sudden her BMI is really low. So I'm gonna recheck her weight and just
Yeah.
make sure that it's
Yeah.
entered correctly.
How far back does that go?
Well, since you started coming here in March of 2017.
Oh, so you don't have Wood Rivers and data in there?
Not right on, plotted on that, no,
Okay.
it doesn't extrapolate
All
that.
but that should be in her records. They
Yep.
did print out the growth charts
Yeah,
and
let me
everything.
see, actually.
No, she had a weight issue briefly while she was on melatonin. She wasn't eating very well and she ended up losing some weight.
Okay, let's see.
They moved it to as needed.
Yeah, her BMI was never that low. So I'm expecting that that's some form of error. If it's not, then it's just another appropriate reason to see endocrine, to have them look at that.
Okay.
We don't get worried so much about changes, but we get worried more about them falling off of a growth chart, you know, because
Yeah.
kids grow taller, they grow this way, they grow that way, you know.
Yep.
And eventually they even out to their own curve. When they drop off significantly or go way up significantly,
Nutrition issues.
that's an issue that we pay attention to.
Yep.
So, I'll recheck her weight and then I'll add that to the referral if it's necessary at that point. But,
Okay.
height wise, she's right in the middle, you know, 43rd percentile, so we would expect somewhere, generally speaking on average, her weight would follow around there, so, we'll recheck that. Her hearing was fine, her vision was fine.
Good. She only has, with vision, she went to a behavioral optometrist. All he found was a few tracking issues. That's why she
Okay.
has the glasses. They're not actually a prescription.
Okay,
They're like crystal lenses that help
Okay.
her focus. And
Okay.
since then, she's improved on her reading chapter books.
okay.
So
Okay. So that's pretty much what I have to say, about that stuff. Okay. So are you feeling good about that as far as that?
that's it. It
Okay.
is what it is. I mean,
Okay.
that's all I had to, you know, you're a new person.
Yep.
Stormy Daniels is new. I'm going
Yeah.
to eventually want to have a meeting with her.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay.
So thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
Again, just everything in
Nice to
writing.
meet you. Yep, so,
documentation.
yep, I will have it up at the front desk for you at some point this afternoon, so
Oh, okay,
you
I'll
can
probably
get it.
get it over
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Pick up tomorrow?
Yep, you
Okay.
can just go to the front and tell me let's pick it up.
All right.
Okay? It will be under her name though.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.